Thank you, Joyful Heart, for having me. Such a privilege to be here. Your work is so inspiring. Everything you do is amazing. So I feel really privileged. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm Lenore, and today we're going to be doing some restorative yoga and meditation. So we'll go meditation, restorative yoga, and we'll end with a meditation as well. I love restorative yoga because I feel like it answers the question, what would happen if you gave yourself permission to rest? Which we never do. And it's really important because we live in a very heightened state, often like in a fight or flight kind of way. And this helps us come back to a rest and restore place. And in rest and restore, we can heal, we can have general well-being, we can relax on purpose. So that's what we're going to be doing here today, relaxing on purpose and being totally effortless. Restorative yoga is a lot of trying to not do. And again, we're like very geared to doing. So the other thing you'll see is that I am using props that you can find around the house. So I'm not using yoga bolsters. I'm not going to use yoga blocks or blankets today. I'm going to use regular things that you have around the house, like your blankets, your towels, a couple of pillows. I'm going to show you ways to do it in a very minimal way, and then I'm going to show you ways that you can just add things to it if you wanted to do that, but it doesn't have to be overly complicated. You've probably seen pictures of propping with restorative yoga, and there can be a lot, but we're going to keep it pretty simple today. The other thing is that not everybody likes music, so you'll notice I don't have music on with this, but in the email that you got from Joyful Heart when you signed up, there would have been a link to a playlist, and you can go ahead and turn that on if that's something that interests you, if you want music during this session. There is a lot of quiet time when we're in poses. I'm not going to speak very much. Some teachers do. I prefer quiet. I feel like we are very stimulated by a lot of noise and words and the thoughts in our head all the time. And so to have quiet during our practice, I thought would be a really nice thing for you to have. And so you won't hear me talk much after we get into our pose, and I'll cue you into doing that. All right, so why don't we get started with a meditation to help us ground, to help us get calm, and to be fully present, because in presence, that's where we can have clarity, that's where we can have more calm. And I just want to give you one tip that is one of my favorite ways of breathing to get instant calm, which is a shorter inhale and a longer exhale. So whatever your breath pattern is, maybe it's inhale for 4 and exhale for 6. It's just a really nice thing to take with you wherever you are. You're standing in line, use it. It will bring you instant calm. Okay, so for this meditation, you are welcome to sit wherever you want. If you want to be on your mat, if you want to be on your sofa, on a chair, on your bed, wherever it works for you, go ahead and take a seat. And I invite you to close your eyes, and we'll arrive and feel where we're sitting and feel the support that's under us, whether it's hard or soft. We can take a deep cleansing breath, feel the rise in our belly and our chest, and the fall when you exhale. And another inhale inflates you and refreshes you. And your exhale calms you. And we're going to place our hands together, palms together in front of our heart, fingers pointing up. Some of you might know it as a prayer position. And as we inhale, we say to ourselves, I am. And on the exhale, here now. Inhale, I am. Exhale here, now. And we'll add a little movement with our hands, palms still together, but on the I am and the inhale, we can raise our hands above our head. On the inhale, I am. And on the exhale, bring your hands back to heart, here, now. Another round of that. Inhale, hands above head, I am. And on the exhale, here, now, back down to your heart. And on your next few breaths, you can keep your hands that way, you can keep the movement going, you can just keep them in front of your heart, or you can place them on your lap or just down by your side, whatever's comfortable for you. Take a few more rounds of breath. Silently to yourself, say, I am. And on your exhale, here, now. And I invite you to now return to your mat or your sofa or chair. Feel the support that's under you. Feel if it's hard or soft. Begin to notice the sounds in your space, the sound of my voice. And gently open your eyes. Okay, so that was a good way to get calm, be present, be here now. And we'll get into our first restorative pose. We're gonna do 4 total. We're gonna get a little buffet of everything. So we're gonna do 1 twist, 1 chest and heart opener, 1 inversion, and then a shavasana. And all of them will be totally accessible and very effortless. So let's go ahead and get your 2 pillows. So you have your pillows, and you're gonna stack them at the end of your mat, one on top of the other. And what we're gonna be doing is a twisted forward bend, really gentle. You're gonna place your hip against the pillow. And you can watch this, and then I'll show you, and then I'll talk you through doing it. And then you're gonna stack your legs, but not like this. You're gonna stack them so they're a little staggered, and you're gonna be adjusting your own legs so that they're comfortable for you. So hip touching the end of your pillow. Your hand is down, flat, next on one side. You're going to bring this other hand, palm down. On the other side, that's going to allow you to twist your body very gently so that you're now facing towards your pillows. And you're going to lower yourself down and turn your head so that they're in the same direction as your legs. You can adjust your hands after that. You can make your legs longer. You can bring them in, whatever will feel good for you. So go ahead and let's get your hip to the end of your pillows. Stack but stagger your legs. One palm down, other palm on the other side, and gently twisting your body, your torso towards your pillows, gently lowering down and face in the same direction as your legs. Your props should meet you. You don't need to come, your body doesn't need to come to your props. Your props need to come to you. So this should feel very gentle and very effortless. Why don't you go ahead and adjust your legs so that you're not feeling any kind of pulling or stretching. You want your legs to feel very effortless. Same with your torso. This is a very gentle twist. It shouldn't take any effort. There shouldn't be any tension. If you have a little pillow, another extra pillow, you can feel free to put that between your legs if that feels good for you. So just take your adjustments so that you're feeling effortless and very supported in this very gentle, nurturing twist. We'll just be staying in each pose for just a few minutes. And when you do this practice at home, you can stay in these poses for a long time if you'd like. And we'll be doing this pose on the other side as well. But just easing into it now. Natural breath. Slow, natural breath. Maybe a deep one just to begin with, to get you in a restful, more restful state. And you can close your eyes. Begin to come back and come out of this position very slowly. Very slowly push yourself up with your hands, your arms to seated. When you get there, you're going to want to take a nice deep breath. And open your eyes so that you can readjust yourself to go to the other side. For you, you can just flip your body over without moving your pillows. I'm going to move my pillows to the other side so I continue to face you. But whatever you'd like to do, so just get your pillows in their place. Bring your hip to meet it. And one hand down on one side, your other hand down on this side as you gently move your torso to face your pillows. Gently lower yourself down, cheek to the pillow on the same side that your legs are facing. Adjusting so that that's comfortable for you. If you have your pillow for between your legs and you want that, can put that in there. Adjusting your legs and your hand position so that it feels completely effortless to you. And those props are completely supporting you as you feel your tension releasing. And you feel completely restful. Taking a nice deep breath to get back into your calm state. Maybe a shorter inhale with a longer exhale. And just sinking into this pose. And starting to come back to where we are and preparing to get out of this pose. Very slowly and gently push up from your hands, your arms to a seated position. Deep breath in and out. Opening your eyes. And we will move on to our next pose, which is going to be our chest and heart opener in goddess pose. So the way we want to do goddess pose is actually you can leave your two cushions here. I'm going to show you a few different ways that this can be done, depending on your props and depending on, actually, as you'll see in a minute, your size. So you want to put one pillow this way, this is one position, and the other pillow this way. So if you want to do a pose a little bit on an incline, if that feels good to you, you can totally do that. I'm just going to show you and demonstrate it because I'm going to show you a few other ways you can get into this pose. You would put your bottom right up to the end of your pillow and gently lower yourself down. And this works. I'm not going to show you the legs now. I'm just going to work on what the upper part looks like. This would work if you're my size and your head is not falling off the end of your pillow, because your head needs to be supported as well. So if that feels good and you fit on your pillow, great. If you're taller than that and you have a longer torso, sorry, one other one. If you do fit on your pillow, you can also just invert on this. If you are longer and you don't have a long enough pillow and your head's falling off, take one of your blankets, because you can fold, your blanket is in a longer rectangle position. You can lay that down and lay right on your blanket, and this is enough. For some people, this much height is enough as a chest opener. Some people don't want to be that elevated, and different days, maybe you've done this before, and different days you're feeling differently. Some days you want a little more height, and some days this is enough. So I'm going to just show you what this looks like. This is quite long for me, so you can also, if you have extra space on your blanket, you can also fold it down. Let's move these pillows out of the way. Lots of props. You can fold it down to make a little headrest for yourself too, which is nice if you choose to do that. So I will move mine up, and you can just lean back like this, fold your little headrest down. You can also just fold it a little bit under, kind of move it up under your neck, and that gives you a little support under your neck as well if you want. So in this position, the goddess pose is simply putting the soles of your feet together and your legs butterfly out. Your legs could be down here doing it, your legs can be up here, wherever is comfortable for you. And the thing that you want to do is take some of your extra throw pillows and put them under your leg to support it, because you don't want to feel a stretch. This isn't a stretch pose. This is restorative yoga. So you never want to feel like the stretch and the tension and all of that. That's a different kind of yoga. This, you want to support your leg so that it feels totally effortless. And you can feel it. Try it on one side and you'll feel how this one is not doing any work and this one is getting that stretch on the inner thigh, a little bit up here. So that's goddess pose. As I said, I would show you two extra things. If it feels good to you, you can, even when your feet are like that, you can even put something on top of your feet to give them a little extra weight, or wrap them up like a little burrito. That can feel really nice to some people. And when you're in a position where you're lying down like that, you can also put something that's a little more weighted on top of your torso if that gives you some more security. That could be a pillow, that could be a blanket. And the last thing is, if you have an eye pillow or a little towel, you can put it over your eyes if that's something you like to do. So let's talk you through it again. I'm just gonna do this on a blanket. But if you're doing your pillows, again, the position was one like this and one like this if you want an incline. If you just want to try the pillow, you would just put your pillow down. And if you're doing a blanket, it's simply a long rectangle fold so that your body goes on this rectangle and gets a little bit of height. Even a couple of inches will do wonders for opening your heart and chest. So we'll get into that position, and then I'll show you hands as we get in. So just moving your bottom to the end of whatever it is you're using, whether it's a pillow or the blanket, and then gently lowering yourself down and creating, if you want, your headrest by folding your blanket over, just moving up part of the blanket under your neck if you'd like a little more support and comfort there. And once you're situated, putting the soles of your feet together so that your legs are butterflied open, getting your support under your legs. And if you didn't bring your throw pillows, if you have, it's nice to have something soft, but if all you have are yoga blocks or books or something like that, that's totally fine. Whatever it is that helps support your legs so that they are not doing any work. If you want to, have some extra weight on you, again, a pillow, a blanket, whatever feels right for you. And your hands, a couple of different options here. You can do the V, just out like this. You can do goalpost, which, is certainly an opener. But again, don't feel too much stretch, but if that feels good for you, that's okay. This, you can do hands on the belly. And I think we will start with just to feel ourselves in this position. One hand at your heart, one hand on your belly. And as you keep making your adjustments, whenever you get here, we're just doing this to feel our body in this position, to feel where we are, to feel the rise and fall of our belly and our chest as we ease into this position. As you make your adjustments under your legs, knees, under your head, so that you feel totally at ease and effortless. With your head, make sure that your chin is not too far down towards your chest, nor that your neck is hyperextended. You want a neutral head position. Your chin and your forehead are basically in the same line. We'll take some nice, deep, cleansing breaths. So we feel our belly and our chest rise and fall. And then you can move your hands into the position that they will be for this pose, whether 2 hands on your belly, maybe you want the V with your hands on the floor, or in that goalpost position, whatever works for you, whatever feels good for you. And we'll spend a couple of minutes relaxing in this pose, being totally effortless in this pose. With each breath, feeling our tension melt away. As we begin to return our attention back to where we are, we move very slowly. We'll turn to our side in the transition to getting up, so you can move your pillows aside, move to your side, and then very slowly push up. When you get to seated, take a deep breath in. Open your eyes. Okay. And for our third pose, we're going to do an inversion, very gentle inversion. So this is where you're going to want to bring your chair in, or just go ahead and you'll move to whatever is close by to you, whether it's a sofa, anything that has about a chair height that you can put your legs on, that can fully support the length from your knee to your foot so that your feet aren't hanging off, and also wide enough so that you're not using thigh muscles to stay on that surface. So in this inversion, I like to cover my chair so that it feels a little softer. So you can go ahead and do that. If you're using a chair, maybe you're already using something that's really soft. And I'm gonna keep a pillow close by, maybe as a little headrest, nothing too high. Again, you never want when you're laying down, you don't want your chin too far to your chest, and you don't want to hyperextend. Your forehead and your chin should be about in the same line with a neutral head, but I'm gonna go ahead and move that over so that I have it handy. And we're just gonna go shimmy our way over to this chair and throw our legs up on it, well, gently, and lower ourselves down. Adjust so that we are feeling really comfortable and really supported. I'm gonna use a little pillow for my head, and I'm also gonna, if you have a little blanket or towel, I'm gonna put that under my lower back, down in my tailbone. That will tilt my pelvis up a little bit. It just feels, for me, a little more restful. So if that works for you, you can feel welcome to do that as well. Okay, so again, we'll let you get to your sofa if you're using that, an ottoman, a chair, whatever you're using. Come towards that, get your legs up on it. So your legs are there, then you're going to, if you want, again, the towel or the blanket a little bit under your lower back, your tailbone area. Make sure it's smooth because you can really feel if there's wrinkles in it. And then if you want a little support for your head, as long as your head stays in neutral, if you want your eye pillow or your washcloth or whatever you have over your eyes to make it a little darker for you, you're welcome to do that. Your hands, again, in either the V position, palms up or palms down, anytime for any pose, whatever you like. You can do your goalpost arms, you can do your arms on your belly, your hands on your belly, whatever feels good for you. And again, anytime we're on our back, if you want extra weight because that feels comfortable for you, or if you want extra warmth because you're cooling down by now, that's absolutely great. So if you want that extra weight to feel a little more secure, tight cozy into your pose, that's totally fine as well. So make your adjustments so that you're feeling really comfortable and really at ease. Putting our legs on a surface like this, elevated like this, feels so good if you've taken a long walk or a run, or you're on your feet a lot during the day, or at your job, or any time. This feels so nurturing. It's so restful, and it just feels so nice to put legs above the heart for a little bit, to really take all the weight off of the feet, which really holds us up and support us all the time, or the legs, always doing some sort of work for us, even when we're sitting and we're readjusting. So this just takes all of that tension and work away from the legs and allows us to be totally effortless in this pose, allowing ourselves to feel that tension melt away, allowing us to feel totally supported by our floor, our mat, our pillows, our chairs. Take a deep breath to get calm and restful into this pose. And then we'll return to where we are. We'll feel that mat under us, and we will start to return our attention back and slowly remove one leg at a time from our chair or sofa, whatever has been supporting us. Turn to our side very gently on our way up to seated. Take a deep breath in and open your eyes. And the last thing we're going to do together in restorative yoga is Shavasana. And maybe if you've done a yoga class, you know that Shavasana is just the last pose and it's a very restful state. I know we've been restful in our positions, but we do a Shavasana at the end of restorative as well. And I just want to show you a couple of different ways and that might be interesting to you. So you have your mat. It can be nice. I mean, some of you might not need any propping at all. Sometimes a pillow or 2 pillows under your legs as you're laying in Shavasana can feel really nice. And then I also want to show you something that's called constructive rest, which is an actual restorative yoga pose that you can do separately during your practice. But it's a really nice one also for Shavasana, and that basically is your feet are on the floor like this, your legs are bent, you lower yourself down, and then you just gently bring your knees together so your feet have not moved, but your knees come together and they rest on each other. That's called constructive rest. It's a really nice pose, and it also works for Shavasana. So go ahead and take a minute to get into your favorite Shavasana pose, and have your blanket handy if you want to cover yourself up with that during the Shavasana, either for the weight of it or the warmth of it. If you like to have a pillow under your head. So however you want to get into your Shavasana position, go ahead and do that now. You can also, this is also another opportunity if you like to want to try having your feet wrapped. It's a nice thing. I like to do a little burrito under my feet like I was showing you before. It's just another little support for them and a little bit of weight. And we'll ease ourselves into that Shavasana. This is our last restorative pose, and then we'll end with a little meditation. Again, making sure that your head is in neutral and not hyperextended and not too far, not having your chin into your chest either. And just resting here for a couple of minutes. And we'll start to come back to where our mats are and feeling that support under us and returning our attention back here. And we slowly come out of Shavasana, maybe moving our hands and feet a little bit, removing anything that might be on top of you with your blankets or your eye pillows, and slowly moving to your side, on your transition to sitting upright, very slowly moving into an upright position, taking a deep breath in and opening your eyes. So we're going to end with a closing meditation. That restorative should have us in a fairly blissful state, restful state. And I wanted to give you a meditation that could serve as another tool to take with you so that you can have it with you to release the thoughts, the fears, the what ifs, the if onlys, those things that come around because we're human, and we need ways to release those and to unburden us from those. And this meditation is a visualization that is super easy to do on your own as well. So I wanted to end with this as, again, another tool to keep you refreshed, restored, renewed, anytime you want. You know, one thing I would say about the breath, which is so easy, and the thing that we talked about at the beginning with a shorter inhale and a longer exhale that brings you instant calm, your breath is really your anchor. And anytime you need to come back to right here, right now, because that's the goal, is to live here, not in the what ifs or, you know, those other thoughts that we create. So trying to live in the present moment, your breath is a great way to get you here. And I always think that, you know, it's possible to begin again and again and again, and there's a new possibility in each new moment that we create. So it's another tool that you can take with you. And okay, so why don't we get comfortable? If you want to do this off of your mat, just in a chair, on your sofa, wherever you'd like to finish this practice today, we'll go ahead and close our eyes. And imagine that you are standing on a beach and you can feel the sand under your feet. You can smell the ocean air. You can hear the sound of the waves as they come in and out. Feel the warmth of the sun and a warm breeze. You take a deep breath and that inflates and refreshes you. Your exhale releases any tension. You allow another inhale to move to any part of your body that's holding tension as you're standing on your beach. That inhale will loosen that tension, and the exhale will carry it out. Next to you is a bowl of ice cubes, and you can pick up a cube and you can name it with whatever stress or fear or worry you're having. And you can toss that cube right into the water, and you can see it dissolve and get carried away. And you can do that with as many ice cubes as you need. And each ice cube that you toss into the water that dissolves and gets carried away lightens you, unburdens you. As you release these stresses and fears and worries and toss them right into this ocean that happily receives it and carries it away for you, that it releases the burden from you. And as you stand on this sand, feeling lighter, you look out at the ocean, the vastness of this ocean, and you see all the vast possibilities for yourself. And you see that as you release the worry, the fear, the tension, as you release that, it opens up space for positivity, for new things to come in that serve you well. It helps change your perspective on those worries and fears. Create spaciousness within you. You inhale, cleanse this cleansing breath. You feel lighter. And you exhale any remaining tension. And you rest easy knowing that you can return to this beach anytime you need to. I invite you to come back, to notice where you're sitting, to notice the hardness or the softness under you, to notice the sounds in your space and the sound of my voice. And to gently open your eyes. So it's been, again, such a privilege to be with you. I wish you everything wonderful in this new year. I hope that you have these tools and can bring them into your own life and into your own practice on the mat and out there in the real world. So if you want to connect, I am on Instagram at Your Culture Spa. That's at Your, Y-O-U-R, Culture Spa. And until we cross paths again, thank you so much for being here. It was wonderful to be with you. So, namaste.